Hello, hello, everybody, welcome. Rosa Saki Vastigator, hello, everybody, welcome. Rosa Saki Vastigator. So, guys, I restarted the computer, okay, and indeed, it works much better, much better. Oh no, I know. Oh my god, I don't have my thing. Do I? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hopefully, it's gonna work. Oh, because I have this. Okay, this microphone system that is much better, but I don't know if it's working now. That long story, I had to restart. So many tech issues. Okay, can you hear me? Oh, okay. Does the okay? Okay. Hmm. Okay, good. So, guys, I have this. I one day have to tell you about all the different apps I use, but the only problem that I have now is that long story, but the sound may not be as clean, because I use this live app that cleans up the background noise. So today you probably can you're gonna hear a little bit more background noise than before, but that's okay. Okay, I hope you don't mind because I've long story. I had to restart and I forgot to do the thing first. It was a long story, many things. So you can probably hear this coffee shop kind of sound maybe a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, so let's get started. Okay, and here, okay, so just open the questions again, guys. So as I was saying, I didn't say anything. Just saying I wasn't saying nothing. I just started. So, so guys, oh my God, I was thinking just now, it's nice that we have this because, and I don't mean, as you know, I'm not really usually very negative or negative at all. I just wanted to, if you think about what's happening now, we really are at the, how do you say it? This is really bad. Like, I say really bad. Remember when we used to think, oh, Mueller's gonna come and everything is gonna, so Mueller came, Mueller delivered his thing, and still, there's a lot of resistance to to the truth. So we really are witnessing this historical moment of I guess you can call it a constitutional crisis. Okay, so and everything that we are witnessing is as bad as it sounds. Even though I'm very calm, as you could probably tell, but it's very serious, right? What is happening. So some of the questions, and I was talking to somebody the other day on the phone, and I was saying that I used to not like these questions. Oh, what if, oh, fear mongering, all that stuff. But I'm starting to ask these devil's advocate question, partially because I am kind of I have an inner calmness, okay, about this whole thing. But at the same time, I think we need to ask, you know what I mean? And I think now that I have this method, I just feel like it's a little bit easier. I can remove myself a little bit without having to explain. For example, Audrey asked this one question about how we're going to remove bar, and I think I looked recently. I have looked into removing bar, and I thought, oh, I'm going to explain how we had discussed this on another reading. But I don't think sometimes the questions are more rhetorical, even though it looks like we saw it. It's very nice sometimes to be able to just ask these questions without the just seeing what comes out, okay, because you know what I mean. Sometimes it's just the stuff that the noise in our brain, it's like with the logic, everything, we just need to ask these questions even if sometimes it's repetitive, because the reality, the truth, I mean, the truth is concrete, right? We have this guy who's, as she put it, she said he has so much power now. He is in charge of all the federal law enforcement, and he refuses to comply with the law. Can you imagine? Think about it. It's true. It's fact. So let's figure it out. Okay, let's ask these questions. So, and then I also asked a question about Putin. Just in relationship to this thing I'm talking about. That so Trump. Can you imagine like the gall of this? That Trump had that call. I talked about it on the last meeting, but I feel like Putin has a lot of power over Trump. Obviously, he can't change everything, but he has a lot of power. And how much power does he have in the government and also with Trump? Okay, so just open it, letting the spirit take over, or have those readings, or just start talking. Okay, I think it helps. So okay, all right. So I'm gonna get started now. I'm gonna start with, like I was telling you guys, I'm gonna go with the questions according to the order, the number. Okay, so first, number one is Audrey's question. She wrote, Lindsey Graham now has a much higher profile in the Senate. There have been rumors in the news that Turtle will retire instead of seeking re-election. Is this true? If so, is Graham then being groomed to take over from Tartal? Tartal. Okay, so interesting question, right? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to. I know that Mitch McConnell has very low ratings in Kentucky. Has like a 18% or something like that. That's as far as I know. But this is interesting. Just interesting question to ask. Okay, someone asked for protection. First, start with protection. Beautiful ray of light coming top of my head. As I breathe in, I feel the beautiful light filling my lungs. As I breathe out, I project this light forward. I create a beautiful circle, protective light. I step into it, and I invite everybody watching, anyone who will step to it. We're all connected to the universal energy. And I ask that all the information I receive come from the highest source only, that it creates the good for everyone involved and everyone in this group. Okay, so the first question. So Lindsey Graham has high profile. There's conversations that Turtle is going to retire as opposed to seek re-election, and that Lindsey Graham is being groomed to become the, I guess, speaker of this. What do you call it? Majority or whatever, majority leader, right? But let's see, assuming that majority or minority leader, or leader in the Senate. So what's happening here? What is the situation with Lindsey Graham? What are the plans? Do the Republicans have plans for Lindsey Graham to take over as speaker? And what's going on with Mitch McConnell? Is he going to retire? Does he want to retire? What is going on? Let's first go to Tartala. Tartala. What's going on? Guys, he's saying, he's like, do you think they're going to get rid of me? No, 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 no. No, you don't get rid of me. No, 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 no. I'm very powerful. I'm very powerful. No, no, no. So, guys, so the interesting thing about him, guys, is that he's not. Oh my God, these people, they're like rats. Literally, they don't die ever. Like they're around. So he's like, is my agenda? Have I accomplished my agenda? Have I accomplished my? So he's very, he's honestly, I know he's fairly old, but he's very alert to me. Unfortunately, he's very, guys. He's like, have we? If okay, I feel like okay, he has his goal is he feels like the judicial nominations are his legacy, but also he wants to do more harm to Social Security. Okay, so I think he if he had everything he wants, he's going to remove something about Social Security here. He wants to. Too many people say Social Security. No, 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 no. I think he's saying, okay, this is the thing. I feel like he's saying, I want to increase the spending in the military as an excuse to take the money from Social Security. But I don't know that we're going to be able to do that. Guys, because let me tell you, this is like, it's so crazy, right? Because there's so many, the motivations are many for people like Mitch McConnell. But what I sense here is that he's sadistic. Like he wants to make people suffer. He wants to see people not on social, he wants to remove things from people. It's like, I know he has some sort of financial motivation, but I think creating suffering really is part of what motivates him. I'm not like, because we think, okay, so he wants to, the Russians and all that. But the thing is that the whole libertarian thing, it's like they want to get rid of the government. They want to get rid of the connection. Okay, this is it. We want to get rid of the connection that government has to the people, quote unquote. The government has to be for the powerful people and the rich people. Fuck the others. Okay, that's it. I'm serious. Like they just like, oh God, so annoying. They just get so, they're just like, these people are so annoying. It's like they just find it a nuisance that there's people around, that there's the protests and all that. So anyway, so I don't see, honestly, I don't see him as like, oh, I'm retiring. He has the plan. He wants to see that it's completed, at least this first term. Okay, now that's it. Okay, now, so does he have plans for him? What about himself? I see he's like my legacy. He's very, very focused on the legacy, and he's very focused on getting these things done. And he's very evil. Okay, so, but what is he waiting for? What does he think? He's really not even thinking, guys, of 2020. I feel like, and I'll say this sounds crazy, okay, but I feel like he's not. He wants to try to see if he can pass the other things. He's like, level two is to totally get rid of the social programs, okay, and I believe, okay, high indivisible. I'm talking about Mitch McConnell. And the question about the first question, still first question, about whether it's kind of as bad as you think. So he really does. He really does. It's like he has a lot of focus on this. I think is it what else? The judicial thing, trying to remove the social security thing. So he's really very. It's like and this is kind of admirable about him. He's so focused. He totally is able to ignore everything. And I feel like if he can get, if they are like, he's like, if we can postpone this whole Mueller thing to the second term, to after the election, or kind of slowly try to push it away, then we're going to really accomplish be a golden era where we're going to get rid of all the programs. He's really excited about it. Okay, he does not strike me as depressed or anything like that. Okay, so is he planning? Is he doing anything for Lindsey Graham? Does he have a plan for Lindsey Graham to take over? Honestly, no. I mean, the thing is, I see about him, he's so focused and so absorbed in his own mission. He's very focused on getting his mission, his plan in place, this judicial and removing things. And I feel like he knows that he has several people that he can count on to take over from him. But it's not even a question. I feel like I want to be there through the next election. I almost feel like his role, it's not so much that he cares about his role in the Senate, is that he feels that he's the head of the GOP. In the sense of like he's the person who knows how to get things done. He understands legislation, he understands a lot of things. So he's kind of like the machine that keeps it oiled. Okay. So okay, so what is the role of Lindsey Graham then? Why is he? What's going on with Lindsey Graham? Is just he's like he likes being he's like, I'm Lindsey Graham. I'm in the spotlight. I'm a star. He likes being the center of the attention. His ego has taken over. So okay, so hygiene. Yeah. So just talk about Thursday. So yeah, he doesn't, guys. Because the question is he going to retire? He's not. Honestly, my sense is not even thinking of retirement. His goal is to be here through the election, 2020 election of Trump. He wants to make sure that we have, everybody together, the plans together. Forget about it. He's very happy with everything that's happening. Yeah, like in the sense of like, that finally they have this conservative government, they have the judicial thing going, but he's only going to be really happy when he can see people suffer. He can cut social security. But okay, so now let's ask the other question. Is he going, is everything going to go according to plan for him? Is it going to happen for him? Like, is he going to stay there? What's going to happen? He has a plan, doesn't mean it's going to happen, but okay. So Tartal, let's, guys, you know what? Let's go forward. I think I did this sometimes, but I think it's helpful. Instead of asking what's going to happen if the plans are going to come into fruition, let's go to, let's say, if the election is November 2000 and is it 2020, right? Let's see. Let's go to September. Let's go to September 2020. Where's Turtle? What's going on with Turtle? Did he achieve what he wanted? Where's Turtle? Did he get what he want? And how do things look from now until September of 2020 for Tartal? Tartal. Tartal. And then we can go backwards, okay? Okay, Tartal. Let's go now, calendar. September 2020. 2 months before the election, right after Labor Day. What's going on with Tartal? Sorry for him. Oh no. Oh no, sorry for him. Guys, I hope I'm right here. So he's having soup. He's at home. He's at home and he's having soup, and then he shows he has an ankle bracelet. Yeah, Turtle, you have ankle bracelet? Yeah. hmm You cannot get out of the house, huh? Yeah, you are inside the house. What happened? It's not the house in Washington D.C. It's your home. hmm You are under arrest, house arrest. Oh. I'm so, I'm so, I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Uh, oh my god, do you have plans, Turtle? Huh? You have big plans, huh? Keep going, keep going. Hey, they have a. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Let me just. No, it's that's a different way. Okay, so what? Turtle? What is it? Turtle. You're not sincere, huh? Not, I thought you were going to zoo. I thought you were going to zoo. Turtle. Turtle. Mm. Okay, no, but he's like seriously, he's like eating soup. And it's like, oh, then you look at his foot. He has an ankle bracelet, huh? Guys, I mean, sometimes I wonder if this is wishful thinking. Okay, so let me ask a question. Uh, oh my god, it's so good to be. Can you imagine that he's like there? He is has plans for his life, and then he suddenly has an ankle bracelet. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, guys. So, what question now? I need to ask more questions. This is very interesting development, huh? Huh? Okay. So, okay, let me just ask. So, what happened here? That he's in. Where's his? The wife is not there. Ciao, ciao, Ellen. Ciao. Woo. Ciao, ciao, Ellen. Ciao. Woo. Uh huh. Ciao, ciao, Ellen. Ciao. Woo. Ciao, ciao, Ellen Chow. Because he's not there. What is Ellen? Is she there? Because I see there's a much older woman. I think his mom is still alive. I don't know. I don't know if his mom is still alive, but I wonder. I don't see. Chow Chow? Ellen Chow. Woo. Uh-huh. Chow Chow. Ellen Chow. Okay. Okay, let's see what happened here. What happened? Okay, so let's go here. I'll see. Oh yeah, it's beeping. It has beeping. It's on. Has a green light on the thing. I don't know if it's true, but there's a green light. Sometimes it has to be recharged. Yeah. Okay, so is it possible? How does this happen that he is there having soup? There's photographers outside of his house. Mhm. Okay, so what happened, Tata? Oh, guys, I see him with a spreadsheet. Okay, printed spreadsheet of the payments, election payments. Yeah, they caught us. They caught us. Oh no, no, no. But he's not like that. He's like, they caught us. Yeah, they has like. No, he's not like so this desperate. He's just more like a little tear. Because I still knew it. So the piece of paper with the printouts, lots of piece of paper. It's like this amount of money came from this person. This amount of money came from that person. They're like, yeah. He's like, they figure out how we get the payments into the Republican coffers. Yeah, we have a lot of, have some Russians, have some Chinese, we have some, Ellen, my wife. She has some, friends in China. Am I gonna say no? Am I gonna no? I'm gonna say no. Why am I gonna say no? I'm gonna say no. Why do I have to say no? Huh? No. So guys, it sounds so surreal. Okay, honestly, I'm like, I hope, so how okay. How now I want to go to the scene when he finally how did it happen? Did they put a thing on him? I find it hard to believe, guys. I really do. How does it happen? What's his downfall? What happens? What happens to him? What happened? What happened? Okay. Okay. So President is walking on a stage, and then his lips, like those reminds me when you see those skiing competitions. Suddenly there's ice, and his lips it goes down. Woo! Boom. President fell. And then after President falls, then it shows that it's New York, guys, because you know what? It's the financial thing. The thing with the election is a financial crime. So it was deposited in bank. Yeah. Yeah. Bank. Bank of America? Or Bank of America. So 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 I don't know. It's so strange. So it looks like they're like, yeah, we're waiting. Uh-huh. We're waiting. Yeah. Yeah. Waiting. But guys, I feel like they're saying, initially we did. Remember how I had this fantasy? I was like, oh, Mueller's gonna come out. He's gonna stop the whole thing before the 2018 elections. He's gonna come. Everything's gonna come out. They're gonna stop them with everything, right? But there was some sort of law that said that you can't stop the. There's something about the election. You know, this thing. Have you seen this? I've seen this. Something about. But they're like they are going to make a decision to put it out before. They're not going to wait. They're like, oh, they're like, yeah, in another era, we may have waited for something like this, so we would not disrupt the elections. But right now, the alternative is we let this pass, and then these people are gonna steal the election yet again. So shit's gonna go down. Yeah. So that's the thing, guys. I feel like Mueller, and this goes back to something I had seen actually unexpectedly. Okay, goes back to something I had seen as my favorite man, Frank Figliuzzi. Figliuzzi? Figliuzzi. Frank Figliuzzi. He said something on Twitter, something about okay, why Mueller didn't say something about the election payment fraud or something. And I'm being told here that there's a reason why Mueller didn't put it in there because it's in there or they already have it's very obvious. You don't need to. It's almost like that alone is evidence of like business. No, 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 no. No, no. So I feel it basically it's letting me know that they already have it so clear, it's so clean. It's almost too clean. And they did there's some things that there's already investigations on and Mueller's saying and clearly this was not in my mandate. The conversations about the election fraud stuff, illegal election contributions, money laundering, that's not something that's obviously a crime, but that's not something I want to get involved in. So right away, I put it in, gave it to Southern District, especially they're like, I wanted to be far away from DC as possible. And that title was like, put it in Kentucky. Kentucky? Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And guys, the thing is telling me here, the thing that what's his name wasn't counting on, Turtle, is because so interesting is that he's saying he thought there was a thing. One of the reasons why they wanted to put all the conservative judges in because then they commit crimes, and we'll just say Jesus is with us. Just with us. What about it? Jesus is with us. He thought that then when they have all these people in, then we can commit the crimes. They're going to let us pass, right? So he's very smart, right? Makes a lot of sense from his perspective, but it's not so easy. Not so easy, Batman. No. So, guys, I almost find it hard to believe, okay, because I know I wish bad things for him, but I was not expecting to be so good, right? So anyway, so that's it. So what happened? Let's say now. Well, now we went to September 2020. Where's Lindsey? Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham. Where is he? Lindsey Graham. Okay. Where's Lindsey Graham? Ah. Okay, guys, take this with a grain of salt because I almost believe I see him in a jail cell, or like I don't think you when you go to a jail, there's he's being processed. I guess you say he's sitting down there, his paperwork is being processed. Sir, you can't put your elbow on the thing. No, you have to sit down. No, you can't. No, is your attorney with you? No, sit down. So, so I he's like looking down like this, and he's being. I have okay that I have a hard time believing. Okay, it sounds too crazy, and I feel like what, and I'm like, okay, where is that? What happens to the Senate, where they have the people to replace them? I guess the not say temps. I forgot what you call it. You know what I mean? Something like so. Anyway, can you close? Thanks. So anyway, so I don't have my other, like I was telling you, I don't have the app to cut noise. So now anyway, so I hope you didn't hear too much. So this is like, guys, it sounds crazy. Okay, interim. That's why if it's, I think so something happens to somebody in the Senate, they have a substitute or something like that. Okay, so they're like, don't worry, don't worry. I find it, guys, I find it hard to believe because it seems like it's such a big change. But that's what I see for now. For now. Okay, I'm gonna ask this question. What are the chances that I am fantasizing? What are the chances that I am, am I projecting my own? What do you say? Tell me. They're like they're like, yeah, I know that you wanted certain things. I know that there have been moments where you really wanted certain things. The problem with for all of you is that you kind of it's showing me the image of a match. You know when you want to light a match and the matches are wet and you go through pretty much all of them and it's almost like a box of matches and all of them are wet except for one. And finally things catch fire. Yeah, yeah, catch fire. Uh-huh. So this is what it shows. Okay, that eventually, yeah, it looks like it's over. It's not over. It ain't over until it's over. Uh-huh. Yeah. So they're saying bad news for GOP. No, no. Turtle is gonna when he's having the soup. He's saying Turtle is realizing that they really. He's like looking back. He's like, I can't believe I thought this stuff. I could get away with this. Can't believe I could get away with this shit. Oh, the other guys. I'm sorry. I'm not. You see, sometimes I go off, but because there's so many interesting events that happen. Okay, but where's Ellen Chow? I don't see her. Where is she? Did she escape to China or something? What happened to Ellen Chow? Where's Ellen Chow? So, guys, it's so interesting. Ellen Chow, she's interesting because she's kind of she has scrapping the whip. She's like, I'm here with my attorney. I need to speak to my husband. The Democrats are witch hunting. What's so interesting about her? She has this attorney trying to help Turtle. She's not in prison herself, but the money was frozen. Oh yeah, bitch. Really? What happened? And it's so interesting because she reminds me a little bit of Ivanka in the sense that she's very self-absorbed and she's willing to throw anybody under the bus. So she's kind of like going in trying to help the husband, but she's not really trying so hard. She's like, Mitch, I'm sending out some people over there, okay? Yeah. Sorry, I have an appointment. I have an appointment. I need to get my facial done. I have a facial appointment. I'm not going to go to see in prison. I'm so sorry. I can't. I can't. She gave me a great discount. She's the best facialist in town. I'm not going to skip an appointment with her to see you in prison. Why? Why would I do that? So, so anyway, guys, it sounds so crazy. It sounds crazy. Maybe I'm like kind of. I feel like, guys, I do not take drugs. I do not take drugs, but it's that's what it sounds like. It sounds so crazy. Can you imagine this really happening? I feel like she doesn't really care. It's what it is. It's a business. We know that. I think he's gay, right? I think he's gay. Apparently, he has a boyfriend or something like that. But it's a business of what is a marriage of convenience, right? So they have a business marriage. So it's like she doesn't really care about him as a person. Honestly, she's oh God, I have because actually, and I think this is true. Her family, she has another sister who is wealthy as well. Her family, either they grew up with money or they just almost. She feels that she's a higher class than he is. Okay, she's like, "Ugh, I don't want to be there in Kentucky all the time or whatever. I don't know. She's like, I need to go to Paris. I need to get my Chanel suits. Bitch, I'm done with this bullshit. Okay, whatever, Turtle. I just give you some letters. Shut up for now. Okay, so. Okay, guys, so just for can you imagine? Let's see. Let's see here. If it's true. Oh my god. Okay, so let's go now. Let's go, baby. Okay. Okay. So next question. Next question. So a second Audrey question. And that's when I first started the live stream. I talked about this question, okay, which is that sometimes I've answered this in a different way. I looked into what happens to Bar next week and how he leaves. But I think it's important sometimes when people ask the question, even though I feel like I've already answered in some way the question. It's important because sometimes it's just like I feel like there wasn't a whole lot of clarity, and it's so urgent because we're living it. She's not imagining. Audrey's not imagining. Oh, it's gonna be hard to get rid of him. I see it. I see it. No, if you look around, it's tough. So it's the reality. It's the truth. So let's look at it like from that perspective. Okay. So how the hell are we going to get rid of Bar, the toad? What if he absolutely refuses to comply with Nader? He has absolute power over all law enforcement. Okay. So, and then it connects to number two, but let me just focus on this. Just asking simply how she put it. How are we going to get rid of Bar? What if he decides to not comply? What happens? Bar. He is MIA. He's like, I don't know who. No, I don't know this person. Hold on. Wrong number. What is that meme? Who said, who this? No phone. Who this? No phone. So he's like, no, I don't know these people. No, I don't know them. No, no. So it's like acting as if, the thing about positive thinking? Acting as if. Just act as if. No. Oh, we are a totalitarian government. Since when Congress can tell me what to do? Did you see how he was? He's like, oh, what's his name? Bloom. What's his name? The guy from Connecticut was asking him. So, so you have notes? So can we see the notes? No. Why am I going to give you notes? Why? Why would I know? So he's just pretending, right? He's not Blumenthal. That's right. So here's okay. So what's gonna happen? And I was telling you before, guys, the other reading, it shows here that they have to. It's almost like they have this to-do list of processes. They're like, okay, we send out this paperwork. He doesn't respond. Then we send. There's like it's an order of escalation. Okay, of escalation of the things. He's like, no, oh, wrong number. Who are you again? I'm the king. No, I don't know. So he's like this, and then guys, and then this is, I don't think this is true what's gonna happen, but I see that he's tasered. I don't think he's tasered really. It's like zzz, he gets a shock, because then I do see he has his handcuffs. I have a hard time. It's like he does nothing, 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 and then zzz, he gets an electric shock of truth. Okay. So okay, so let's find out what's this. How? Okay, so how are we gonna get rid of him? I understand he's not gonna. Okay, I understand. Next week, they're saying prepare yourself, because next week he's not gonna do anything. He's not gonna respond. He's not going to say. He's not. They're all what here they're doing. Here's what they want to do is to push. They're trying to buy time. They're gonna buy time in every way they can. And meanwhile, there's like these, this checklist that Nancy and Needler are going through. Okay, and then. And I see here towards Friday, I could be wrong, guys, because it's everything is so crazy. But by the way, it's like, and then it's like, suddenly he's taken into custody. I don't think he goes to prison, but I think he is okay. Is this he's being held? Yes, he's being held in. I think he may be held in contempt. Okay, because he's not, the thing, that's what I'm telling you guys. I believe that he's not even going to negotiate. Okay, he's just not going to respond. He's going to pretend like it's not him. Who? No phone. Who this? Who? No, I don't know you. Wrong number. Like he doesn't even respond. So because that's the whole strategy. He's like, they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna go. And that's the thing I told you guys last reading. That he's very. They're all betting on us being like they're not gonna. They don't have the balls to do. Which partially it's true. We're not gonna escalate. But the thing is that you have these legal minds over there, and I see. Norm Eisen. The guy from Crew. Crew, the citizens something. I don't know the law. whatever. You've seen him before. He had this organization was started with Richard Painter, the guy from Minnesota, who ran for Minnesota thing, who's Republican. But anyway, so Norm Eisen, I think he's like, yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it, whatever. So they're all kind of like, finally, they're like, okay, let's do it, let's do it. So they do it, and he's like, oh, huh, 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 huh. Okay. So anyway, so I feel like, yeah, I do think he's going to be held in contempt. Okay, and the contempt, it may be because I think he's just gonna stop responding to the house. That's what I'm telling you. They're gonna be like, "Well, I will do my thing. I'm here whenever I like. It's my life. Are you here to tell me what to do?" He's not. He's gonna be like that, and Trump is gonna applaud until they're gonna go and put him in some sort of custody. I think they're in the house. They have custody. Okay, so because the lawyers are like, this whole thing is covered, and I feel like what's his name? No, but it's his partner. Partner. Crew is a Citizens for Ethics something. It's some sort of like nonprofit thing that is suing the Trump government for many things. So anyways, you may not know that he was hired by the judiciary. I think it was. I don't know, recently. So I don't know, guys. But anyway, so it's just saying here that yeah, he's gonna go, and it's like theater. Okay, they're pushing it, saying this is a constitutional crisis. They are pushing, just like they think that they can go beyond Nixon. They want to push to see how far they can go. They're so screwed. They know they're so screwed, and the crimes are way way worse than Nixon's in many ways. So they're pushing. They're like, let's just kind of push around and see who we can get. And I don't think it works. And I feel like what happens once he's held in contempt, and I think he's kind of drunk, guys. I told you he drinks whiskey. Okay. He's like, oh, 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 what do I do now? Huh? Ooh, call Kevin. Kevin. Hey man, come over here. No, I didn't rape anybody. No, I'm just here in custody. Ooh. So no, so okay. So yeah, so oh my god. Okay, so it's a showdown, guys. I think it's a big showdown, and Trump is like, no, 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 no. And I think this is the thing, guys. I do think this is kind of is gonna go now. I think, guys, you take, like I said, take everything I say with a grain of salt because it sounds so dramatic. It's like a movie, but it shows this is a thing. And I think Trump gets desperate because Trump, he acts like he has tantrum, he does whatever, but he doesn't. He's afraid. At the end of the day, he's Putin's butt boy. So he's like, "Hello, Putin. I need help." I need help. Hello? Vladimir? Vladimir? They don't want to do what I said. Help me, Vladimir. Help me. Vladimir, please. Lavrov. Get me Vladimir on the line. No, no, no. So he's scared. He's scared. Okay, so what does Vladimir say when he goes reach out to Vladimir? This is Prozana. I need to speak to Vladimir. You're stupid. I know you're stupid fat asshole with mushroom dick. I know it all along. Here's the thing, bitch. Here's the thing, mushroom man, stupid. Uh, Here's the thing. Press that button. We're gonna go. We have a ship going. This something's going to happen. Don't do anything because I have tape. I have tape. I have tape. Yeah, I have tape. I have tape. Nobody's going to watch your disgusting body naked. Yeah, do you want the newspaper? President naked, huh? Do you want it? No, I don't think so. No, 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 no. So, so guys, I seriously. Okay, no, no. Okay, Vladimir, thanks. Okay, so anyway, so guys, seriously. So then I think he's desperate because things are starting to happen and he can't have control. And I think he looks at Kushner, and Kushner is a psychopath he can't count on. It's like Kushner's like, oh, there's a fire going on, Mr. Trump. Why don't you jump into the fire? He realizes that Jared is like, ding, 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 dun, 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 ding, 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 ding. No. Imagine he looks at Jared like, ding, ding. He's like, no, I'm not. I don't have a knife in my hand. No. You imagining things, Mr. Trump. Ding, ding, ding. I feel like he realizes, there's very few people left. Imagine the psychopaths. He can count on Stephen Miller. Very balanced mind, Stephen Miller, and Kushner. Yeah. So he doesn't. I feel like Kushner is so manipulative, right? And Vladimir. So this is, I think, he starts making huge mistakes. He's already making huge mistakes, but as he starts to lose the thing, okay. So that's how. Okay. So okay, guys, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. I'm laughing. But let's go to this now. Going back to the question, how is going? I see that what's his name is removed. Okay, what's his name is removed, but how is he? That he's in contempt. But how is he removed? This is a different question. I know I saw so many things I want to find out about it. Okay, so how is he removed though? How does it go from him being held in contempt to him being removed? What happens? What goes? What is the process like? I feel like there is something where he is held in contempt, and it's almost as if I said this before, guys. At some point, he's made irrelevant. Okay, it was it was like he's irrelevant. He can't. It's like he doesn't have the power anymore, but he's still there. So he's just gonna. I think the whole thing is like he's like this joke. There's a song by this Smiths. This joke isn't funny anymore. Like he's laughing, right? Bar, and then it's like soon. I think it's gonna happen relatively soon that he's not gonna have as he may still be in there, but not with very much power. And I think that's, there's going to be kind of a shake. I don't know how it's going to come out, guys, but that's the thing. This is how he's removed, okay? Because he's in contempt. And once he's put in that, it's not prison, he's like held in some sort of custody, or his power is removed. I don't know exactly how. Then a lot of things go badly, okay? Well, because it's like Trump starts to, like I was telling you, he's just very upset, and he doesn't, that the whole thing starts really falling apart, and he kind of acquiesces and does whatever he has to do, and disappears. I think he tries to disappear, and I don't know. So that's my sense. Okay, so I think the answer is the questions, guys. How do we get rid of him? That's how we get rid of him. Is that the slow process of, and I think the Democrats are not giving up, and they're doing the right thing. It may seem slow, but they're showing we're not going to give up. Okay. So now, guys, oh my God, I don't have so much time. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So I think, okay. So I already talked about it. Number 3, what does next week hold in terms of showdown? What should we prepare for? What is the advice for dealing with the upcoming week? Okay. So I saw it that there's going to be, guys, it's showing me here a knife. That expression, you could cut the tension with a knife, that sense of tension, that there's something waiting. A lot of drama, and Friday, until Friday, it may, and that's the thing where the whole thing may go down on Friday. I don't know if it's true, but that's what it looks like. And Trump trying to, they're trying, like I was telling you guys, it's kind of like trying to arm wrestle and show like puffed up power that is fake. Okay. That's what we should expect. And Trump, it's like saying, forget about anything normal. It's not going to get normal until Trump leaves. And it's showing, guys, the image I also get is that, we've seen these movies when there's I think it's a ship. Have you ever seen these? Is it a ship of like a sinking? Oh, that's right, sinking ship. When it's like the boat is like this, and then ooh, and then, you know what I mean? Sinking ship? Really? No, it's like ooh, like the, okay. So it's kind of like something like they're at sea, and then suddenly there's a wave. Ooh, they don't have. So sinking ship, huh? Is water coming? Huh? Water. Yeah. You don't know how to swim, huh? Hmm. Bad for him. Bad for him. Okay. So just prepare for what seems like inaction until the whole thing may explode towards the weekend, closer to the weekend. Okay. Okay, so now let's go to question 4. In light of Putin's call with Trump, which was discussed in the last reading on Friday, how much control does Putin have of the executive branch, the presidency? How much control does Putin have of other parts of the government? Guys, and I was telling you before that I used to really avoid, I don't like fear mongering questions. It's not a fear mongering question. It's just I think it's a realism, okay, at this stage, because we see that the Russians have control. They can manipulate Trump. Okay, it's obvious. We don't have, it's clear, and the Republicans are never going to do anything to stop it. So what is the true? What is going on here? Okay, how much do the Russians control in terms of Trump? Like, how much control do they have of the decisions of Trump? Okay, in the presidency, and how much control or power do they have in the other parts of the government? And then, like I said, guys, it's not to make you afraid. It's just to see what's going. What is the reality here of the power they have? Okay, just so we are prepared. Okay, because this, the cross. Okay, so how much power do they have? There, I see an image of Putin with a dangling carrot in front of Trump. Here, come for the money, come for the money. Okay, so it's like he's a very clever. They're pointing here to the brain. He's a very clever manipulator. He understands how to play him. So he has the power to tell Trump what to do in very subtle ways. There's several people showing Stephen Miller's Gorka, Danska. There's a lot of people who are in with the game. Okay, and but he's not. It's like the whole thing, it's interesting because the thing with Trump, it's showing it's like a child. It's not clear where you could say, for example, let's say you're a company, let's say you're a company, you order computers, and the company has to deliver computers. Like, oh, I ordered 10 computers, where are they? I paid for those computers. It's not like there's a service, clear transactional. Even though their relationship is transactional, it's not the same. Okay, so the way that Putin handles Trump is not like, oh, we had a deal, or like, I said that if I supported this, you're going to do that. It's not like this. It's kind of like seduction in a weird way. It's like you have to manipulate. It's a manipulative thing. So he does have a lot of control over him, but it's not based on anything concrete. It's more about making him afraid and having information over him. So it's true. It's this, okay? And there's a lot of pro-Russian people who are, they say, we're lucky that we got a lot of people compromised, that once they agreed to do work with us, they're done. We'll control them. We can prove they are corrupt. But in terms of the power, it's saying that it's whimsical. And they actually feel like, it's interesting. They see Jared is, they actually feel like Jared is more dangerous to them than Trump, because Jared is so cold and he's so removed that they're like, well, he's able to, if he wasn't so dumb, he would be even more dangerous. But he's desperate too, because he has no money, and that's the money. He's like, Jared is motivated by money, but he's also, it's not that Jared is more reckless, but he's more like, Trump is very base. He's very ego. He's very, if you flatter him, he trusts you pretty much. But with Jared, it's like he's removed, and they know that Jared is right by him. But so they feel like Jared, oh, that's right, Jared is a freelancer. They're like, Jared does he's like, he's a, what is it called? He's a hoe. Jared is a hoe. Yeah. He sleeps with China, Saudi Arabia, anybody who pays. Jared is a hoe. Jared is a hoe, said the Russians. Jared is a hoe. Ho ho. And they're saying that Trump doesn't even know that Jared got more money from, they seem to know that Jared got money from other places. Jared is a hoe. We don't trust Jared is a hoe. So they know, because Jared, guys, Jared is so much about the money, and Jared needs specific amounts. So he's like, the Russians talk a good game, they helped us, but I needed a bit more money. And MBS gave it to me because I said I need 1.6 billion. And instead they're like, yeah, they kind of interesting, very interesting, because they see that Jared is much more And they feel like if only could get rid of Jarda, throw him the building. Can you imagine, guy? I'm sorry, no offense. I don't wish it negative, no, but I would not be sad if he fell out of building. Can you imagine, guys? Because it's so interesting, right? Because they're saying if Jared wasn't around, we would be able to get so much more from Trump. Interesting, no? Interesting informations. Interesting informations. Interesting informations. Interesting information. Can you imagine? It's crazy. So that's it. They feel like Trump. What's so sad is like they're like, well, but President, he's an ongoing auction. So whoever pays more, he's an auction hoe. Auction hoe. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't take drugs. I swear. Isn't that crazy? Who needs drugs when you see all things? Huh? Okay. Oh my god, can you believe it? Okay, so this is it. Okay, this is how much he controls. Now, how much does Putin control the US government? Like let's say Senate, the House, and the Supreme Court and the Department of Justice. Okay, so they're like turtle, we pay him, we pay turtle. They feel like the GOP guys. I literally see the word GOP in a pocket. The GOP is in our pocket. Like it's like the same. Wow. Okay, so the GOP is in our pocket. Why? Because we gave them money. Because we got them compromised. That's why. That's why they came. Remember when we asked them to come here, what they did. And the thing is, they believe the ideology stuff. The whole they're like, but Putin, we come here because we are Christians. We want Christian world. We want the Christian, because you guys know this, right? That the Russians are very smart about getting with the evangelicals. So the evangelicals are like, but the Russians are friend. The Russians friend. So it's kind of like this. I think I've talked about it. This thing, but this is a business school term called the what is it called? The sinking. What is it? Sunk cost fallacy. So the sunk cost fallacy is this idea that when you invest in something, whether it's time or resources, you're less likely to see it in objective terms. So it's exactly what's going on with the GOP. Because they kind of they sold their soul to them and they gave everything they had, they bet everything on this. They can't afford to think that this could go wrong. Okay, so this is what got but it's not just that they were arrogant, but is they invested so much and they believed it, so they can't afford to stop, because they basically like put all their eggs in that one basket. I mean, they had been doing the stuff about the votes here without Russians, but once they go with the Russians, they can't go back. It's kind of like they can't go back. So this is why they it's the sunken cost fallacy. They're like crazy. So okay, but they're like, yeah, but there's people who are not. They know that the leadership is with them, but there's a lot of there's other people who are not with it, and they can't get the other people. And they say the Democrats, there's a few that are with us, but there's like, no, not the House, and they feel like their ownership of the GOP is they make this motion with their hand. For I don't know if you ever if you ever make pie. It's very complicated, but um sometimes if you make pie dough, you crumbly pie dough like that. They're like, it's crumbling. You're like, that's right. The GOP is about to crumble. So they feel like they're not solid, even though they may be in their pocket, they're not very solid. Because obviously, guys, if you're that corrupt that you can do what some foreign enemy country does, then you really are not solid, right? So that's another thing that's interesting. Okay. So what about the Supreme Court? Kavanaugh. They like Kavanaugh. Oh yeah, bitch. Who got that bitch? Oh yeah, who got him? Yeah. Gorsuch. They're not so sure. There's something about what's his name? The guy. Is it Roberts? Robert. It's funny because I see that Roberts first was sort of okay with them, and then he really changed. He really closed everything off from them. He's very afraid. Okay. So, what about guys? This reading has become something else entirely. Who I want to know who's coming is the Kennedy guy. I still feel like the whole thing was arranged for him to quit. Okay, I feel it. I don't know. So does he know something, and can, you know what I mean? Okay, so what's the deal with the Kennedy leaving? He's not there anymore. But what is that episode? What does it have to do with anything? Is this true? The children are compromised. His children are compromised, and he was threatened. They were gonna release information about the kids, and he had to quit. He had to go, and he was surprised because, guys, do you remember the story that Ivanka went to see him? Do you remember this? The Ivanka went to see him 1 week before he resigned or something. And I think she's like, "It would be so great if, I don't want to, you've been so great to us. We love your son, but we got word that." So there's, oh my god, oh my god, guy, Trump is involved in extortion. Is that what it is? Extortion, blackmail. I don't know. But how does it affect Russia's ownership of the Supreme Court? Oh, they could. Oh, that's right. Interesting. So, oh my God, the relationship. Okay, they're saying the relationship between the son of Kennedy and Trump, and one worked for Cambridge Analytica, the other worked for. Can you imagine? Both of them are corrupt in that way. The other worked for Deutsche Bank. So they're saying this thing alone could undo the whole thing for the Supreme Court. Oh yeah, bits. Because if it comes out and it's gonna come, and I think that he's already given testimony to somebody. I don't know who. Okay, I don't know, guys. It's very sick. Oh my god. Guys, today is crazy. Oh my god, can I tell you? I have goosebumps. Can I tell you? Can I tell you? Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't. Oh my god. I don't know if it's true. Don't get too excited about it. But you know how there's 14 cases that are secret or something like that. One of them is this thing with the Kennedy. Can you imagine if it's true? I can't believe some of these things, guys. It's almost too good to be true, because I don't want to get hopeful. But that's what I feel like. I think there's a case of, oh, this is, what is it to buy? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, guys, you know what? Oh my god, oh my god. Can I tell you what's coming up? It's, oh my god, I don't know what's happening, guys. I swear I don't do drugs. But can I tell you, such a strange, a person who came up is the guy from Illinois. Remember the governor who was jailed from Illinois? Do you remember this? So it's saying that, just like the case of the governor, there was a seat for sale, but it's just showing that there's something about a seat that was, arranged. The seat was arranged. Okay, so it's saying that there's a precedent. This is, for example, the case of the governor's president. They have evidence that this was arranged. Okay, or evidence, or like some sort of testimony, and it's very, very serious, because, guys, remember the whole thing of, like, this whole election was compromised. There's more than just the votes. If the Russians were able to get somebody out of the Supreme Court, I mean, think about it, how serious this. Oh my God, can you believe how serious this is? Oh my God, can you imagine how serious this is? Because it's saying, guys, and I feel like it's very, I don't know how you're gonna do this, but it's very secret kind of testimony, okay, that they did, I think, for the Mueller people. I don't know exactly who, but it's coming out. Because because the guy, okay, is involved in the investigation. How come? Let's get real. These his sons are in the investigation. He's like, yeah, Ivanka came to me, and she kind of dropped it. She kind of mentioned this, and I just feel like, after it happened, he was so startled that he agreed to step down. But he's like, I just can't do it. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't think I don't know. Can you believe it? When I think about it, it's crazy. So they're like, the whole thing with the Supreme Court could be shaken up after. Okay, so how is this gonna? I mean, this is very serious. How is it gonna come out? Who has this case, and how is it gonna come out? This thing about him. They're leaving these, there's issues related to people inside the government for last. Okay, so if there's involvement, they're gonna, how's this gonna come out after Trump leaves? Okay. Yeah, because, they're gonna charge them with extortion as well. Oh my god, guys! Oh my god, I'm just kind of like dizzy with all crime, so many crimes. So, wow. So, So, oh my God, guys, this is crazy. It's just, oh my God. Sometimes, you when you ask these questions, you don't know the answer. It's like when I do these vision questions, I think it's better to do it where it's almost, I prefer doing very specific questions. This was an uncharacteristic, relatively open-ended question, but can you see it yielded a lot? Okay, this is kind of crazy. Can you imagine? Oh my God. So this is it. Oh my God. So the answer is, how much do they control the government? They were able. What this is, think about it. Sit for a second. They were able to influence. They were able to influence the Supreme Court. Can you imagine this? Just by virtue of the fact that if his sons weren't, I'm sorry to say, criminals, and I don't even want to say they're criminals or whatever. They were involved with these people. Let's just say it this way. It just so happened that both of them, and it's saying that the Russians knew all along that they were dealing with these guys who was the son of the Supreme Court guy. The guy was naive. I told you before, guys. One long time ago, I did the vision on the son. The guy of the, I think is one of the Deutsche Bank. He did drugs at the time. Okay, so there was like, anyway, long story. He was kind of almost naive. Okay, okay. So now, oh my God. Wow, almost getting over it. Okay, so guys, now quickly, I don't have too much time, but this is so a couple of important questions here. So this is a devil's advocate question. Trump said casually the other day, a couple days ago or something, I can stay for third term. And Dr. Jack Brown is the guy who does the analysis of the body language. Okay, so he's amazing, and he was saying that Trump, when he was saying that, he had all the terms. So there's a term for that. It's like some kind. It's like a quote unquote the trial balloon. He showed that his body was very excited about it when he was saying, he's like, yeah, I can stay a third term. His adrenaline was shooting out, like he was like, yeah, and that he really actually gets excited about the idea of a third term. Can you imagine? Not even second, but third, because deep down, guys, he knows he's going to go down if he leaves the government. And there was, and this connected to this, there was something, I don't know if it was Adam Schiff. Somebody said, oh, it was actually Michael Cohen. He said Michael Cohen said publicly he is not going to leave the government willingly. So the people are connecting this behavior with like the sense that he if he has a chance, he's going to try to grab the government for life. Okay, that's a fact. Okay, so I'm not exaggerating. So the question is, will I know I don't feel he will. Okay, but what are his chances? Okay, this is a kind, like I said, it's a devil advocate question. Okay, so just want to see from his perspective, does he have a chance? Can he get not can he get a second term, and then if a second term, a third? I got a third. Can he? Because guys, if you think of what's the worst case scenario here, the worst case scenario is that the Russians are not stopped and they do even more work to get, in the election meddling, like the changing the votes again. Who is to say? I mean, just as a worst case scenario, okay? Is the worst case scenario going to come to pass? Where, for example, if the Russians are allowed to change the votes like they did before, but even more, because now I think he has made a lot less votes. Is he going to be able to do that? Okay, so what's going to happen? What are his chances of getting a second term, and then if it's not a third? No, the image I get, guys, okay. So the image I get is that Trump is like I see this image of a saw, almost like his body's made out of wood, and there's a saw cutting him, and that he knows that the saw is coming to right below his hip to cut off his legs, and then he has the ability to look forward, to create an image that he can hold on to that shows the positive thing. So he's like, I'm gonna be, get a second term and third term, because he needs the projection, something positive to look forward to, because he knows he's gonna get cut off. Okay, and it's showing you guys, it may not seem like a lot, but it's showing. How have you read these? Like, there's a lot of states that passed laws where the candidate for president needs to show his taxes. So it's like, it may seem like nothing, but it's gonna come to at the end of the day, he does not have anywhere to go. He has to, guys, can you imagine? We don't even know where his money comes from. This is insane. So he's gonna have to show. He's imagining. This is the thing. And this is how dangerous he is. He's a fantasist. Okay, he's a fantasist. So he's like he's able to create. And this is why when you guys sometimes like, oh, but Trump said whatever he says is bullshit. It's based on lies. Okay, he's this, and this is the thing in a way that he's able to kind of imagine. He's evil and he's crazy in that way. He's not crazy in the sense that we think, oh, he's crazy, he's not an evil. He's able to do it. It's just that he is like, yeah, he's just creates the. It's like, imagine, for example, guys. I know it sounds crazy. For example, if I'm like, oh, I'm going to marry a billionaire in 2 days. I don't know what to explain it. It's sort of like he has an image of himself that is not. I'm a supermodel. I'm size zero, and I'm gonna marry. I don't know what. It's kind of like, I'm just giving you an example that's totally out of, how do you say it? You know what I mean? Kind of like fantasist, but that's what he's saying essentially. It's the same level. It's showing me here. It's just as if I was like, I'm gonna marry a prince. I'm gonna marry a man who's heir to the British throne, whatever. Like it just, you know what I mean? I could come up with something that sounds. It's like that idea is as fantasist as that. Okay, so so you know but I don't know, guys. You're saying invisible, saying psychological test. I honestly, I don't know that, I don't know that that those tests, not to say that defending Trump or anything, but I feel like if we only knew what his money comes from, and if we had laws that stopped those things, he would not come thus far. The problem, he was never stopped before, and so he becomes bolder and bolder and bolder. So, wow, interesting information, huh? Interesting information. Interesting. Wow, that's crazy. So yeah, so no, the chances are low. There's already. It's like he's a piece of wood, and his limbs are being cut now. The limbs by what it's saying is that his power, he's like he projects forward, but it has nothing to do with the reality. Okay, so he's trying. I mean, he would try to make all these things happen because he has no sense of. I mean, there's sometimes you admire something like that. He does not see obstacles ever, but it's because he's crazy. He's narcissistic to that point where he's like, I can push boundaries, I can get away with anything because he's a criminal. Okay. Now, interesting. Information. Interesting. So I don't think he's gonna even get a second term. Okay. So, okay. Now, last question, then I'm gonna go for reals. John Kelly just joined the board of the company that runs the immigrant shelters. How will we be able to get rid of this mafia of immigrant concentration camps / child separation profiteers, right? So one of you was like, "Oh, General Kelly, I can't believe he doesn't. He's been corrupted. He really doesn't serve the country." I'm like, he's shown us who he is a long time ago. Okay, I mean, can you just think of a person who knows what's going on? Not only doesn't do anything, but is the head of the thing. If you're the head of the department that separates mothers from children, and you're still working there after you realize this is going on, God was like, "Can I get the straight to hell bus to these people? Hello, hello, this is God. I'd like to order the straight to hell bus." That's right, John Kelly. Yeah, put him on top of the list. Yeah, straight to hell. Like, seriously, think about it, guys. A person who's capable of doing this is really, and he said so many racist things. He's sickening. He's disgusting. So, but anyway, that's clear who he is. I did think that he was on Mueller's side in some way, but that does not mean he's not racist, not a horrible person. So anyway, but I want to know. It's a valid question. How are we going to get rid of this mafia? It's a mafia, okay? Of these, I mean, this is true. It's a fact. There's people who are profiting from the separation of children, and it's a fact. But how are we going to be able to get rid of these people? How? So guys, it's funny. It shows that as soon as Trump leaves, there's a scissor. There's a scissor that cut. Here's the computer cord. So there's a scissor that's going to cut the cord of these shell. All the systems are going to be cut. The lights are off. Like, they're going to cut it, and then they're going to start running like rats. Like, they're going to run. They're going to run, not knowing what. No, where? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. And they, some of them are gonna actually go to Mexico. Oh yeah, I think they're gonna be caught. Maybe be caught in Mexico. They're gonna escape the country because they know the trouble they're in. Okay. And I think there may be some people who are gonna run from the law, but like, yeah, I do think it's possible. If who knows where the world's gonna be then. But I do think some of these people may be tried for war crimes. I do think it's possible. Okay. And I do think that John Kelly may have helped Mueller in some way, or maybe I don't know, but I don't think it does not mean that he's not a racist, not a horrible person. Um, yeah, I see, guys. I remember a long time ago the reading about him, and I think he lost a son. There is some sort of tragedy in his life, okay, and that kind of most people, when something like that happens to you, you actually, people become more human, or there's something, but he became more bitter, he became mean and not that he wasn't before, but I just feel like he felt like life is so unfair to him, okay, but he's like, whatever, I don't care about anybody, I already suffered anyway, so I already felt the worst pain, so what do I care about anybody? So it's strange. So that's the answer. I just feel like once this is over, they're gonna cut immediately this whole thing, and they're gonna go after the people. And I see guys in Mexico. I see that there's people going to run to Mexico, and all those those drug things there over there be like, bitch, get the motherfucker. We're gonna cut him up. I don't know if they're gonna be murdered, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, look at the ham. There he is. There he is. It's like it's like a Nazi goes to Israel. You know what I mean? Oh, good for us. It's gonna be great for you. Good luck. They maybe should not go to Mexico. Maybe many places not Mexico. So so. hmm. So anyway, guys. So that's, oh my god, it was intense today, huh? So I have to go because I have other things. But oh my god, can you imagine? It was interesting for my phones, huh? I have to I have to make the timestamps because it's gonna be different from where we were. Hmm? Where we were before. Okay, so this is it, guys. Oh my god, it's so interesting. So crazy, so crazy. Oh my god, I can't believe. So this is it, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go now. All right, it's 2:50, and it's been 1 hour and 12 minutes. All right. So all right. So see you later, alligators. See you later, alligators. See you later, alligators. Okay. See you later, and let's get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be dramatic. Okay. Good night, guys. Okay. Enjoy your Sunday. Okay. Bye. Enjoy the day.